Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the kitchen. Today we're going to make Sylvia's coleslaw. Delicious. All right, so we have our green cabbage, carrots, sugar, vinegar, mustard, salt, Hellmann's real mayonnaise, specifically Hellmann's, and raisins. So what do we need to do? We're going to have to gut this all up, peel and shred this. I'm going to rehydrate the raisins, which means I'm going to put them in a measuring cup, cover it with water, put it in the microwave for 2 minutes, drain it, and let it drain and pat it dry if they're soaking wet. I want to plump up and rehydrate the raisins. If you look inside, they're not too bad, but I do want to get them full of juiciness, so that's why we rehydrate them. All right, so I have my cutting board, chef's knife, paring knife, measuring spoon. So when we're preparing the cabbage, you'll see this outer leaf looks a bit damaged. That's fine. We can just remove that whole entire thing. And what we're going to do is we're going to remove this big core, and I'll cut it in half and then quarters to make it manageable, and then I can start shredding it. So I'm going to rinse this off and then start working on it and show you how to cut it. So you have your whole head of cabbage. I already took off the core, and what we're going to do is we're going to slice it in half to make it more manageable. And then we're going to slice the half into quarters, okay? I'm not going to remove that woody part of the core yet because I want it to hold together while I'm slicing. And then what we want to do is we want to sort of shred the coleslaw. So now that it's easy to hold on the cutting board, you'll see that it's much easier and more manageable to cut. And you want to cut really, really thin slices. As a matter of fact, if you were working in a deli or a restaurant or hotel that has a deli slicer, a meat slicer, you could slice the cabbage on the meat slicer. That would go very quickly, and also it would get super fine. I personally don't like big chunks in my of cabbage in my coleslaw. I like it really, really fine, so I do this. I'm not sure if you remember, but we saw a video from Vivian Howard's The Chef's Life where they had a machine, big kettle drum machine. They just put all the heads of cabbage in it, and it finally chopped it all. We've got a ghost. Okay, so anyhow, that would be really cool. That would be really, really nice to have. But that's probably very, very expensive. So as you can see, I'm cutting this really, really fine. So I'm going to keep doing that and get everything else ready. So here's all of our cabbage. I shredded it really fine. And on the box grater right here, I already peeled the carrots, and now I'm shredding those on the box grater. And here is our dressing that we're going to make. We have the mayonnaise and the mustard already in here. And to that, we're going to add our vinegar, white wine, just like a plain old regular white vinegar, and our sugar. Sylvia really likes to use sugar in her recipes, which is great, and I'm sure that's why everybody loves it. But for me, I don't want to have any of that excess sugar. I had gestational diabetes when I was pregnant, and so there's a higher chance of my developing diabetes later on in life. So I really want to cut out the sugar and everything. This recipe will keep it though, just so we can taste it the way she created it. If I ever make it again, though, I'm probably going to reduce that sugar amount. So remember, when you're making your own recipes for your own family, depending on what is healthiest for you and for your family, you know, make sure you remember you can alter the recipe. Not everything can you alter completely, but, you know, that's why I hope that you are learning all of this information that we go over so that way you can make your own decisions later on. All right, so now that is our dressing all nicely whipped up. And then I have over here our raisins that I rehydrated and drained. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to dump our raisins in there, get those coated first with the dressing. That way, all the raisins have a lap of the dressing in it. I just like to do that. I'd rather do this first and get that, all those raisins completely coated with the dressing, and then add it to the cabbage and coleslaw. So I've got to finish grating. Let me see if I can do that. All right, here's all of our carrots. He's gonna dump those in. Got some Cab Calloway playing in the background. Add in our dressing, our raisins. Get this all stirred together. And then this is gonna sit in the refrigerator for a couple hours before we can actually serve it. So we gotta toss this, get it completely coated and covered, and a couple hours in the fridge, but every couple, maybe every half hour, I'm gonna stir it all together. Here's our coleslaw. It's been sitting in the refrigerator for quite a while. I've stirred it quite often. It looks absolutely fabulous. So let's get it in the bowl so I can taste some. That's not a lot. Let's get a real, that's why you need a wooden spoon or a ladle, not a spatula. Just try to serve your coleslaw, or your tongs even. Okay, so I just need to take a taste. So let's see how it is. Okay, this is why I like to cut it so thin, because those bigger pieces are hard to get up. Really good. I like the mustard in it. Now, if you notice her recipe, she doesn't have any salt. So I'm actually gonna probably put a pinch of kosher salt in there too, though I think it needs a little bit of salt to balance it out properly. But this is really good. This is great coleslaw. So again, it was 2.5 pounds of cabbage that we shredded. The 3/4 pound of carrots, I weighed it. I didn't go by too large because that was a lot more than too large. This was about 4 carrots. 1 cup of mayonnaise, 1/4 cup of vinegar, 3 tablespoons of sugar, 1 tablespoon of mustard, and 1 cup of raisins that I rehydrated. All right, so this is absolutely delicious. I'll probably make this the next time I'm gonna have a picnic and have coleslaw to go with it. So I love this recipe, and I hope you guys will make some at home. Take care, everybody. Bye.